Hello. Today I want to talk about the story of something we're all familiar with, but perhaps never thought about in this way. How that $100 bill in our wallets came into existence. Actually, it's no ordinary printing job. It's the journey of a masterpiece of security and engineering. Here's the first shock. That familiar banknote isn't even made of paper. You heard right. It's a special fabric blend of 75% cotton and 25% linen. The reason is simple: durability. Just like your favorite pair of jeans, it's much more resistant to wrinkles and wear. First, this blend transforms into a sturdy white fabric. Our canvas, on which everything will be inscribed, is ready. So how does this canvas transform into a work of art? Everything happens step by step. The first step is creating the master mold, the beginning of everything. All the patterns and details are first inscribed onto this giant mold. Then comes an incredible process: electroplating. The mold is immersed in a tank filled with nickel, and an electric current is passed through it. That's when the magic begins. Electric nickel ions, slowly coated over the mold for a full 22 hours, create a nickel plate with a reversed image of all the patterns. It's more like growing the mold than producing it. Then comes the magnificent stage that embodies the spirit and artistry of the process: engraving. While these nickel plates are used to make the printing molds, master engravers come into play. Sometimes, using special hand tools passed down through generations, they engrave delicate details, like a portrait of Benjamin Franklin, onto steel. I think the most difficult part is having to engrave everything in reverse, because the image will appear upright during printing. It's a skill equivalent to drawing a portrait in reverse. The printing process isn't completed in one go. First, the front of the banknote is printed in huge sheets. Then these sheets are left to dry for a full 72 hours. Yes, 3 days. A patient wait. After drying, the same sheets are passed through the machine again to print the reverse sides. The most critical point here is the precise alignment of the front and back, with millimeter accuracy. After printing, it's time for cutting and packaging. Those huge sheets are first separated into small groups, and finally into individual banknotes. Robotic machines start counting the stacks, tens, hundreds, and so on, until they are finally formed into tight packages, what they call bricks, for shipment. But in such a complex process, are there no mistakes? Of course there are. Quality control is incredibly strict, at every stage. Both the machines and the people are constantly on alert. Every sheet coming off the printing press is scanned with high-speed cameras. If even the slightest stain, color deviation, or alignment error is detected, that sheet is immediately and mercilessly destroyed. The rule is very clear: defects must never reach the market. There are also those small details that make you say, wow. For example, if you get close to Franklin's lapel, you'll notice the words "United States of America" repeated many times. These microtexts are so small, they're invisible to the naked eye and designed to drive photocopiers crazy. Another interesting point is this: the physical cost of producing a $100 bill is, of course, less than $100 itself. But the overall cost of maintaining this massive security system and production precision is far from insignificant. So, that $100 in our pockets comes from a journey that begins in a cotton field, through hours of electrochemical magic, painstaking carving, layered printing, and the relentless control of robotic eyes. It's not just a piece of paper. It's a tangible product of trust and incredible human intelligence. What do you think is the most impressive part of this journey? The incredible craftsmanship of the engravers, or the 22-hour process of growth requiring immense patience? I'm curious to hear your thoughts. If you enjoy these kinds of how-to stories, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Take care.